Title: The Birthday Gift. I turned 17 on a Thursday. My parents handed me the keys in a small black box like it was jewelry. I remember the weight of it in my palm, the shine in my mom's eyes, my dad clapping my shoulder like I'd finally become a man. Out front sat a dark gray sedan, clean, polished, almost too polished. The paint reflected the sky like a mirror. It was used, but barely, low miles. A steal, my dad said. I ran my hand across the hood. It was warm from the sun, but it felt warmer than it should have been, like it had a pulse under the metal. I laughed it off. That night I took it for a spin. It handled smooth, engine quiet, brakes responsive, no problems at all. I went to bed feeling like the luckiest kid alive. The first night. I don't know what time it was when I woke up. My room was dark, the house silent. I had this feeling like something wasn't right. I looked out my bedroom window. The driveway was empty. At first my brain wouldn't process it. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, looked again. Empty. The car was gone. My heart started pounding. I ran downstairs. My parents were asleep. The front door was locked. No broken windows, no noise. I called 911. Cops came, flashlights, questions. Anyone else have keys? Any enemies? Are you sure you parked it here? They searched the area. Nothing. Eventually they left, telling me it was probably stolen and dumped somewhere. They'd let us know. I went back to bed shaking. The morning. When I woke up, sunlight poured into my room. I didn't even want to look outside, but I did. The car was back, parked perfectly in the driveway. Not crooked, not forced in, just sitting there like it had never left. I ran downstairs, opened the front door slowly. It looked normal, except the hood was warm. Warmer than the air. Warmer than it should have been after sitting overnight. There were small dark specks near the front bumper. I told myself it was dirt. I told myself I imagined everything. I didn't call the police again. The almost crash. A few days later, I took my girlfriend Mia out for a drive. She loved the car, ran her hand along the dashboard, said it smelled new. We got onto the highway. I pressed the gas a little, just to show her. The engine purred. Then I pressed it more. The car responded too eagerly. The speed climbed faster than I meant it to. Okay, that's enough, Mia laughed. I eased my foot off the gas, but the speed didn't drop. Slow down, she said. I am. The needle kept climbing. My foot was completely off the pedal. Mia, I'm not pressing it. She looked at me like I was joking. Then I hit the brakes. Nothing. The pedal went down. The car didn't respond. Now she was screaming. Are you crazy? I can't stop it. Up ahead, a semi-truck was barreling toward us in the opposite lane. Its horn blasted. We were drifting across the center line. I jerked the steering wheel. It resisted, like someone else was holding it steady. Move, Mia screamed. I can't. The truck got closer. Massive, filling the windshield. At the very last second, the steering wheel snapped free. The brakes slammed on their own. The car swerved violently back into our lane. The semi roared past us, missing us by inches. We skidded to a stop. The engine idled calmly, like nothing happened. Mia was shaking. She slapped me. What is wrong with you? It wasn't me. She didn't believe me. She got out, called her mom. Didn't talk to me after that. The calls that night, I couldn't sleep. Around 9 a.m. the next morning, the police called. There were reports of a gray sedan involved in several hit and runs last night. Witnesses gave us your plate number. My stomach dropped. Last night I was home. They asked me to come down. Security cameras from our street showed the car leaving at 2:13 a.m. and returning at 3:02 a.m. I was in my bed. They checked for signs of forced entry. None. They looked at me like I was lying, but they had no proof. Eventually, they cleared me. But one officer said something before I left. Kid, if you're sleepwalking, you need help before someone dies. Someone already had. 2 people hospitalized. 1 critical. The truth. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at my window. 1:47 a.m. The car's headlights flickered. 2:03 a.m. The engine started on its own. No keys, no one inside. The driver's door unlocked with a soft click. I ran downstairs. The front door was still locked. Through the window, I saw it. The steering wheel turning slightly, like someone adjusting their grip. The engine revved. The headlights blinked once, twice. Then it rolled backward out of the driveway. No driver. It paused at the end of the street, like it was looking both ways. Then it sped off. I didn't call the police. I knew they wouldn't believe me. I knew what I had to do. Gasoline. The next morning, it came back. There was blood this time, not specks, smears across the grill. Something stuck in the undercarriage. Fabric. I didn't look too closely. I went to the garage, grabbed the gasoline can. I poured it slowly over the hood. It felt wrong, like pouring it over a living thing. The metal ticked. The engine made a faint clicking sound even though it was off. I poured it over the tires. Underneath, inside, through the cracked window. The seats absorbed it. The smell was overwhelming. I struck a match. For a split second, the windshield reflected my face. And behind my reflection, something shifted. A shadow in the driver's seat, hands gripping the wheel. I dropped the match. Flames roared instantly. The car ignited in a violent burst. The heat pushed me back. The paint blistered. The windows shattered. But the horn started blaring. Long, angry, continuous. The wheels began spinning. Even though it was engulfed in flames, the car lurched forward, on fire. It slammed into the garage wall, reversed, then drove straight at me. I barely rolled out of the way as it tore through the driveway, fully ablaze. It didn't stop. It sped down the street like a flaming missile. Neighbors screamed. I chased it barefoot, terrified. It turned at the intersection. There was a school bus coming, full of kids. The burning car accelerated. "No!" I screamed. The engine roared louder than ever. Then, it veered. Not into the bus, into a telephone pole. Head on. The explosion shook the block. Metal twisted. Glass rained down. The fire swallowed it whole. The horn finally died. Silence. Aftermath. The police ruled it an electrical malfunction. Fuel line leak, engine fire. I didn't argue. The hit and run stopped, no more reports, no more deaths, but sometimes, late at night, I hear an engine idling outside my window, and when I look, the driveway is empty, but the streetlight flickers like headlights passing through, and I swear, I can hear a faint horn in the distance, waiting.